Hey, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you what I crocheted with only yarn from the Dollar Tree. You guys know I really like Dollar Tree yarn. I just did a haul recently, so I want to show you what I crocheted. Some things turned out amazing, and while other things had a little bit of complications, as you can see here. So stay tuned till the end so you can get a full review on the yarn and see everything I crocheted with it. But first, make sure you subscribe. Alright, so the first thing I want to show you was this clownfish. It's a free no-sew pattern on Instagram. All the patterns are going to be linked in the description box below. I used just chenille in the orange color, which is salmon. And then I used black. I didn't use both skeins. It's less than one skein, but I used the black color of just chenille. And then I also used white. But you need less than one skein for this pattern, which is really nice, budget friendly. You don't need a lot of yarn. But I like this pattern a lot because it was no sew. So that was really easy because this yarn is chenille, which chenille can be difficult to sew with. So this is a wonderful pattern to try with that Dollar Tree yarn. Another reason I recommend the Dollar Tree yarn specifically for this pattern is because yarn is expensive. If you wanted to make this with, say, Parfait Chunky, it's going to be about $15 because you need 3 different colors. And if you wanted to use Bernat Baby Blanket, then you're looking at more than $30. So definitely look at Dollar Tree for yarn, especially if you have a project like this one with a lot of different colors, because you're still going to be able to crochet this without spending way too much. So the next thing I made with yarn from the Dollar Tree was this strawberry cat, and I made it into a keychain. I tried the Just Yarn worsted. This was the first time I tried it. I used the color Ruby, a beautiful red color, and then I also used the color Cream, and then the green color, I want to say it was like Moss or Forest. I don't know where it went, but all of it was Dollar Tree yarn. So this is a very soft worsted weight yarn. It's not as soft as the Big Twist yarn, but it's definitely way softer than like Red Heart. So I did really like it, and it was pretty dense too, so it wasn't splitting or anything as I was crocheting with it. It was very easy to work with. I really like this. And I thought the plushie turned out so cute. There weren't any gaps or anything in my work. And I really like this, how the stitch definition turned out. So definitely try it. So I made a no-sew pumpkin. This is available on my Etsy shop. And it was really easy because, like I said, I recommend this yarn for no-sew because we'll get into that later. This yarn is difficult to sew with, but the pumpkin, it turned out so beautiful. And for the stem, I used just chenille medley because that was the only tan color I could find at the Dollar Tree, and then I used the same orange salmon color for the rest of the pumpkin. So I was super happy to find nice fall colors at the Dollar Tree in the yarn section. Another thing I crocheted was this mini turtle. I thought it turned out super adorable. The pattern was easy to follow. It worked up nicely with the yarn. And I used just chenille in hibiscus, the hot pink color for the shell, and then just chenille in pink for like the fins and the head of the turtle. Yeah, it was a fun pattern, super squishy and cute. But this is where I learned that this yarn is difficult to sew with because this pattern you have to sew on each piece, and it breaks so easily. It is very fragile, especially when sewing, and it does shed a lot. It either breaks, or if it stays together, then a lot of the fibers will shed and get everywhere. So I don't really recommend sewing with this yarn, even though I love this yarn. I love how the plushies turn out. What I did is I even made tutorials using this yarn. Is I just sewed it with an acrylic yarn because it's just way too difficult to sew with chenille yarn. So the patterns work up nice still, just the sewing part is a little bit difficult, so use a different yarn to sew. Next, I made this fluffy puppy dog. This was with a plush yarn from the Dollar Tree, so those aren't always easy to work with. It could be hard to see the stitches, but this was just yarn plush in the color birch, also from Premier yarns, also from the Dollar Tree, and I thought it turned out really nice, really cute. Like I said, it does take a little more time since you can't see the stitches, and since it's a size 4 yarn, it will turn out smaller than your other plushies. And then I went ahead and crocheted a cape after I saw Superman. I had to make crypto, so it was so cool I could make that all from the Dollar Tree. So just for reference, I wanted to make a quick comparison. On the left is just Chenille from the Dollar Tree. The one on the right is Parfait Chunky. So even though they're technically both size 6 yarn, there is some differences. So with just Chenille, it's more fibery. It's really clear to see the fibers, whereas Parfait Chunky, it's a lot more dense and more squishy. So, and you can also tell that just Chenille is thinner than Parfait Chunky. So now you know, I definitely wouldn't use them in a project together. To me, they're just two different yarns. Alright, so that's what I crocheted lately with yarn from the Dollar Tree. You can also find Just Chenille yarn at premieryarns.com. I have a coupon code below if you want to support my channel. I'd really appreciate it. But here's a few more things I made with Premier Just Chenille yarn. I even made tutorials using this yarn. That way it's a nice way you can crochet something that's still very budget friendly. Make sure you check those out. And yeah, here's just a few more photos of what I crochet with it. Thank you guys again so much for watching. I love you all so much. Bye.